Welcome everybody back to Pierce College, the AA Volleyball Championships, brought to you on the WIAA network. I'm Tom Smith, and we've got a cherry of a quarterfinal match coming up right here in court number one. Anacortes with one loss, taking on second-ranked Tumwater. Anacortes came in ranked number 6 and going 3-0 against the Fife Trojans, although it was kind of a tough fight. They booked themselves into this quarterfinal matchup, and it was a 3-0 romp for East Valley to be down by the Tumwater Thunderbirds. So an interesting evening. Let's get you tonight's starting lineups. First for Coach Kelsey Schwab. Taylor Rodriguez, number 1, the senior opposite. Lucy Bessler, number 5, the sophomore middle blocker. Maddie Keltner, one of the captains, the senior outside hitter. Kiana Kellis, the setter, the junior. Marla Medding, number 9. And number 10, Kristen Hiles. And underway are the Seahawks in white with their blue and purple trim, as Jessica Riddle, the other captain, the senior outside hitter, a power play, and she gets things going. Number 13 going to be in the mix. For Coach Tana Croft, undefeated Thunderbirds, Carly Sampson, the senior outside hitter, Kylie Bishop, the junior middle hitter, Courtney Bowen, the senior setter, and Hannah Hansen, the senior at 6'2", middle blocker and middle hitter, wearing number 6. The captain, J.C. Watson, a senior outside hitter, and a junior outside hitter defensive specialist, Kayleen Glasgow at 5'6", wearing jersey number 8 in the green. And a rising tall as Sampson trying to put things away, and it's still at the net. Also, Mackenzie Bowen, the sophomore right side hitter, wearing jersey number 12, and Hannah Hernandez, the libero, wearing jersey number 21. And winner, number 6, Hannah Hansen for the T-Birds. And a 1-1 score as they give the ball over to the Thunderbirds. Anacortes from the city of Anacortes, the top of the peninsula there on the way to the San Juan Islands. And coming all the way in, Tumwater. From Tumwater near Lacey and Olympia down there. They play in the Evergreen League, coming out of District 4. A 2-1 lead for the hometown side. Tumwater Thunderbirds in green with black and white trim. Anacortes coming down from the upper left-hand corner from District 1. The push by Carly Simpson. Coming the other way is Maddie Keltner. And a good long rally here to the side, the 4th point. Back set to Rodriguez, Taylor Rodriguez over the net. And it drops. Tie things up at 2-all. So Anacortes, the visiting side of the scoreboard, serving to Tumwater. And crossing up, Kiana Callis gets it. Nice dig underneath. And a long shot drops for Carly Sampson, and she's got 2 kills to her credit in the early going. Had a 3-2 lead. As the libero, Mackenzie Bowen to serve. She goes down the line. Jessica Riddle, and it's hitting the pin. Our referees tonight include Corey Brantley and the R2 Jerry Ashelin. The game officials have been working lots of games today as well. 4-2 lead for Tumwater serving to Anacortes, the Seahawks. Their one loss to Richland of the 4A. So virtual undefeated. They took the Northwest Conference. Tumwater obviously finished on top of the Evergreen Conference, undefeated, leading by 3 here in game 1. And it's Hannah Hernandez with a service error into the net. Marla Melling, the junior middle blocker, and she played a huge role alongside Jessica Riddle up at the nets, making plays all over the court, really, in their win against Fife. And rising tall, not playing small, Carly Sampson at 5'7" shows she can get up to get that downstroke in. A nice angle in that open part of the floor. 6'3", doubling up the Seahawks. Isles looking to receive. They target instead the net. And it looked like they might have wanted to go into the corner where all the players are, create some confusion. Mackenzie Bowen will turn around and play some defense. With Taylor Rodriguez, the senior opposite hitter, serving. 6-4 is the score. And long and wide by Tumwater, 6-5 now. All over to Tumwater, 7-5. (8-5) is Carly Sampson looks to build. So West Valley beat Burlington Edison to get rid of one of the three champions who came into this tournament. Burlington Edison, the 2A champion last year. West Valley Rams undefeated in 3A to take the 2011 title. Lost a stunner to Sela, a team they've beaten twice in the districts, quite easily, 3-0 as a matter of fact. Sela into the quarterfinals, down Washington Patriots, so it'll be West Valley and Sela in a rematch. Jessica Riddle continues. And Colville and Squim going at it next door here for the other spot in the semifinal that these two teams are vying for. 9-6 the edge to Tumwater taking over. Anacortes unable to take advantage, getting the ball and giving it up right away. Riddle to the corner, and what a nice court vision by Jessica Riddle. And she puts one down as the outside hitter. Kristen Hiles serving, the junior libero. Short set by Mackenzie Bowen, and Tumwater puts it away. They go up 10-7. Power stroke again by Hannah Hansen. In comes Kayleen Glasgow, relieving Courtney Bowen. So Mackenzie Bowen, the sophomore, Courtney Bowen, the senior. Tumwater is the time is now. Talk about their approach. It's a t-shirt they're wearing to the tournament over the top of the block, and it's 11-7. And it says a single footprint cannot make a path. But all together, as we have more interference here in the stadium. So a single footprint cannot make a path, but all together we'll find a way. And that's at the back of the Tumwater shirt as they go to state. With more on the agenda. And again, it's J.C. Watson and Hannah Hansen working together. 12-7, an early 5-point lead in game one for the Thunderbirds of Tumwater. And coming back the other way, Maddie Keltner. There's something to say about it. Kiana Callis now serving for the Seahawks. Wavering deep into the corner. Far set. And down the line and long. Watson can't put it away. 3-point lead for the Thunderbirds, the T-Birds. Seahawks Glasgow serving. Kiana Callis unable to handle it. It's a 2-point game now as Kiana Callis gets the ball and goes to work. Hiles is there. Ranging wide is Callis. Over is Hiles. T-Birds try to set it up. And a nice hit by J.C. Watson. And it's 13-10 as they survive a 4-point string by the Seahawks. Seahawks play the Jets in the NFL tomorrow, but these are the Anacortes Seahawks. You got the Seagulls of Everett and the Seahawks of Anacortes. Not able to go over. Catherine Kramer, the sophomore middle blocker, tried to get up and make something happen. 14-10. T-Birds in control. J.C. Watson. Callis. Casually. Coming the other way, it's Hannah Hansen. And she's already got 5. And a timeout called, 15-10. T-Birds leading the Seahawks here in game number 1 of the final quarterfinal here in Court 1 of Pierce College in the AA Volleyball Championships. Breaking the huddle right at the 1 minute mark. Kelsey Schwab's Anacortes Seahawks come out. Ranked number 6, but trailing second ranked Tumwater 15-10 in the opening frame. Hiles to the service from Carly Sampson. And it falls in as Jessica Riddle solves one for the Seahawks. Maddie Keltner now, the senior outside hitter to serve. She's got a winner to her effort as well. And it drops as Mackenzie Bowen serves it up, and Anna Hansen puts it away. Hernandez serving. Riddle underneath it. Back set. Taylor Rodriguez goes long. Trying to push it at the net. Catherine Kramer, the sophomore middle blocker, trying to take advantage of that nearly 6-foot frame. The sophomores grow quite quickly, as you know. She's listed at 5'11", and figure by now she's up to 6 feet. And the sophomore will serve. 18-12. On to the court, number 5, Lucy Bessler. That sophomore was quite strong in their first game here in state. Bessler backing up Marla Melling and Jessica Riddle. Into the net goes J.C. Watson. Catherine Kramer continues her serve. They get the point after winning the ball on the defense. Watson now. Riddle off the block. Put everything into it there. She's got 5 such kills. 18-14. Crawling back in, 1 point at a time. Anacortes. Trouble deep. The bump, the back set. Richardson. Rodriguez, Taylor Rodriguez, long and wide from Carly Sampson, 18-15. One of 2 freshmen, Kenzie Courtney on the bench leading the cheers. The sophomore Kramer continues her service down by 3 to second-ranked Tumwater. Thunderbirds come right back at it with Carly Sampson putting it away. 19-15, it goes over. Serving is Shimamoto. Through the block, the shot by Lucy Bessler. And Taylor Rodriguez will serve, down by 3. Back set, Sampson, and it's wide. Down to 2. Taylor Rodriguez, the senior opposite at 5'8". Back to serve. Over the net. Far side. Off the block of Bessler. Seahawks gain some momentum. Get within 2. Trying to put it away. J.C. Watson goes wide. That was ever so close. She's got a good view of the court. Down by 1. Number 1, Taylor Rodriguez serving. Deep, wavering serve. At the net, immediately put back. The libero Hannah Hernandez keeps it alive. Over to Rodriguez. Far side, timing is there. And it's out of play on the get attempt by J.C. Watson, and we're all tied at 19. And a timeout called by Tumwater, and the Seahawks have caught him here in game 1, 19-all.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, that was hardly a timeout at all. Both teams break the huddle early. Seahawks, you understand, they're on a roll. Catching up, 19-all. And Seahawks go ahead, 20-all. They're the first to 20. First timeout called by Anacortes when they were down 15-10. Since then, it's 10-4. The streak continues. Taylor Rodriguez serving up the string here. J.C. Watson goes deep from the back line. The other way, Jessica Riddle. My, oh my, and the senior feeling it here. And the Anacortes Seahawks supporters of vocal off to the left side of the camera. Pretty noisy gymnasium here because of the 2 games going on, but also the vocal supporters. And a sense that this first game opening up for Anacortes, a team that only lost once to a 4A Richland squad. 22-19, 3 points in the first game can be claimed by Anacortes. Early edge by Tumwater evaporated now behind a 22-19 score. Down the line and finding the space is Carly Sampson. Sampson now with 5 such kill shot strokes. And it's 22-20. 5 points to game 1 win for Tumwater. 3 points for a game 1 win for the Seahawks from Anacortes. Carly Sampson serving. Back is Kiana Callis. Off the block, the Seahawks celebrate. The defensive point, 23-20. And Riddle and Hiles celebrate deep in their own end. Jessica will be serving now. And a timeout call with just 2 points to go in game number 1, the second one called by the Tumwater Thunderbirds. Another quick timeout by these two. The first timeout called by Tumwater when the Seahawks caught the T-Birds, 19-all. Since then, a 4-1 edge. But coming out of this break, J.C. Watson kills it. She and Anna Hansen have been the center of the T-Birds attack with Carly Sampson. Now it's 23-21, a 2-point difference. Kylie Bishop, T-Birds server. Riddle from the back line off the block of Hannah Hansen. And Hansen again wins with the block. (23-22). Kylie Bishop serving. 3 straight points, and Tumwater claims game 1. 2 points, and the Seahawks claim it. Backside. Carly Richardson, Lucy Bessler in the winner. And point game for game number 1. So the timeout worked for the T-Birds, but not a whole lot. 2-point deficit. They can't afford any more mistakes. They need to get this point, and the ball back long by Kathleen Kramer, and the sophomore middle blocker who saw precious little rallies in the first game. When Anacortes down at 5, Trojans put away in 3 straight sets. 23-24, serving is Tumwater off the block, it drops, and game 1 goes to the Anacortes Seahawks by a score of 25-23. Back with game 2 after this. You're watching the semifinal from the 2A state championships here in volleyball from Pierce College on the WIAA network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to Pierce College. The other semifinal on the lower end of the bracket features one of the 3 state champions. The 1A champions in 2011, the Covell Indians, back in 2A, keeping themselves alive at 16-0. They advanced against Mark Morris, the Monarchs. A tough battle, down 3-1. They now lead the Wolves 2-0, downing them by a score of 25-13, 25-17. Back in court 1, it's the Seahome Anacortes, the Anacortes Seahawks victory that gets them up 1-0. And they'll be serving against second-ranked Tumwater, who have been undefeated so far in regular season play. And the first point goes to the second-ranked T-Birds, who will now serve. Courtney Bowen unleashing her senior setter service. Unable to make the block is Thunderbirds number 6, Hannah Hansen. In comes Kayleen Glasgow, the junior outside hitter defensive specialist. 1-1 ball game. Serving will be number 7, Maddie Keltner. For Anacortes, who lead 1-0 against the second-ranked T-Birds. Hansen off the block, celebrates the win. And she's got 7 such kills. J.C. Watson to serve. Two to 1. And a violation on the Tumwater side. T-Birds 2-2. Give the ball over. Kristen Hiles, the junior libero, serving. Far side, long effort. Carly Sampson leans into it. Battle at the net. Hansen goes up and wins it. And there'll be a technical foul called against one of the Anacortes players. Out comes Hannah Hansen, who's been pretty darn dominant up top. In comes Hannah Hernandez to serve, leading 3-2. And it's Jessica Riddle killing one as she crosses over from the opposite side on the left. She hits with the right. And Taylor Rodriguez will see if she can repeat her strings of service in game number 1. Kept alive and punched over by Mackenzie Bowen. Deep and long. So Tumwater gets the ball back. Mackenzie Bowen to serve. In comes number 5, Courtney Bowen. 4-3, a 1-point edge to the T-Birds here in game 2. Hiles brings it up. Back set to Riddle. And there's nothing that J.C. Watson could do. She just looks at her fists and says, how'd you let me down on that one? 4-4. Well, folks, we've got 4 ties. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4. Could be the whole way if this thing continues like this. The first game started tight, didn't it? 2-point lead for Tumwater. 3-point lead. 5-point lead, and getting it back to within 3. A timeout for Anacortes, down by 5 at 15-10. But then they worked their way back slowly but surely, a couple of exchanges to 19 all, and then took that 20-19 lead and were never caught again, although they only had a 25-23 edge to claim that first game. 6-4. Anacortes over Tumwater here in game 2. Trying to build on that 1-0 game lead. Trouble in defensive side for Anacortes and Carly Sampson. But the Seahawks fans trying to encourage their girls to stay focused. Discussion with Kelsey Schwab and Sherry Elshon, R2. Down by 1, Anacortes on the defense. Sampson trying to catch up. Back set. Lucy Bessler, and a successful block. It looked like that was C.J. Brunn getting the defensive point. All tied at 6. Well, we skipped 5 for ties, but we still have 5 ties going. Who in the dig? Out. Killian McCown. Or is that Morgan Pylon? Going wide, 7-6. Courtney Bowen. And the service wide. Sorry, that was Lucy Bessel with the serve going wide. And it will be C.J. Brunn serving as we're tied at 7. So no surprise, right? Carry by the T-Birds. Out comes Hannah Hernandez. 1-point edge. 8-7. Kiana Callis, number 8. Junior setter to serve. Down the middle. Hernandez gave way. Courtney Bowen couldn't get there. 9-7 game 2 lead. Callis could put together a couple of points. T-Birds strengthen and call it. Good teamwork there between Bowen and Hernandez. So it's 9-8, just a 1-point deficit for Courtney Bowen and the T-Birds. Mackenzie Bowen and Courtney Bowen. Another one of those sisterly kind of things. (10-8). Seahawks serving at the net. The set to the left. And a win on the block as J.C. Watson couldn't get it over. And that looked like Catherine Kramer. And they call her a middle blocker. Well, she did it there. 11-8, 3-point lead for the Seahawks. Inside set. Hanson pushes. Rodriguez off the block. Going the other way is J.C. Watson. Jessica Riddle, and she kills it. And a timeout call with a 4-point edge going to Anacortes here in game number 2.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said,
"Go to Les Schwab."
When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Quick timeout. 4-point edge to Anacortes. Not wanting to get too far behind these Seahawks. T-Birds trying to rally. And an open opportunity for Catherine Kramer, who read it to perfection. Kramer, the sophomore, making the most of her time here in game number 2. 5-point edge to the Seahawks. Didn't scout her in that first game because she didn't play a whole lot, if at all. Down by 5. Riddle back over. And trying to rise and put it away. J.C. Watson. And they count it in. So Watson will serve after that kill. And she's got 4 unofficially. Tumwater serving down by 4. Down the line goes Taylor Rodriguez. T-Birds are strong and unable to respond is Maddie Keltner. And that back line effort by J.C. Watson lands as a kill. Down by 3. 13 for Seahawks, 10 for the T-Birds. Riddle. Back set. Rodriguez. And a nice response. Heady play there. Down by 2. So J.C. Watson building a little bit of a string for her Thunderbird teammates from the service line. 11-13. Hiles. Far side to Riddle. Down the line, and it's in. Jessica Riddle. And so far, there's no answer when Riddle has that opening. Not Hanson, not Glasgow, not Watson can get in the way or stop that. And a discussion for Anacortes. And it's in, they say, but there was an award of the point to Tumwater, who now are down by 1 as Riddle makes the inquiry through the R1 Corey Brentley. J.C. Watson serving still. Down by 1. Her opposite number in the corner is Maddie Keltner. And Riddle powers it Picked up nicely and powering right back is Carly Sampson. And the effort by Hiles goes wide, and we're all tied for the 7th time at 13. Behind the service of J.C. Watson. 4 straight serving points. 2 rallies. Off the block, Anacortes, and Carly Sampson picks up some kills. Well, second-ranked Tumwater, undefeated, has a lot of pride. They're not going to accept losing a set here too well. And their best way of coming back is to win 3 straight. They got to do the first one. But it's Jessica Riddle who continues to provide some real concerns in the conversation. 14 all. 8th tie. Hanson down the middle. Gets it right back. 15-14. In comes C.J. Brunn. Serving will be Hannah Hernandez. At the net. Double hit. Hernandez will continue her serve. Up by 2. Here in game 2. At the edge, Lucy Bessler back to the middle. Riddle handily goes over. Far side, and Carly Sampson right into the face of Jessica Riddle. Tried to get out of the way, but that one was just too fast and hard. 17-14 on the Sampson kill. And a timeout called as the Anacortes Seahawks down by 3 in game number 2. Don't want to let this one get away themselves. Leading 1-0, but down 17-14 in game 2. So the timeout by the Seahawks. Down by 3 in game 2. Clinging to that 1-0 advantage. Hernandez serving for the Thunderbirds. Riddle down the middle. Comes right back. Each coach with 1 timeout burned here in this second game. And it was 17-15, so why is it not 17-16? I don't understand. But the serve goes over to Anacortes. Off the block, it drops on the Seahawks side, 18-15. Serving is Mackenzie Bowen. Battle at the net. Won by number 1, Carly Sampson. Getting some blocks to her credit. Bowen continues, the sophomore, right side. Outside hitter. Hiles, the get. Again, the battle at the net. And Tumwater is winning all of those, 19-15. 20-15. Out comes Kramer. In comes Brooke Reardon. Reardon, the defensive specialist, a sophomore. Rodriguez, the good get. And behind the pin, 21-15. So all of a sudden, it's Mackenzie Bowen with the string, and she puts herself and her team within 4 points of tying up the game score. The score of games. Bowen gets underneath that crank by Rodriguez. Deep. Lots of help. Riddle's open, and it's bounced wide. 21-16, and that's timely. Riddle to serve, down by 5. Her opponent only 4 points away. And she gets one right away as Courtney Bowen and J.C. Watson. A little bit of confusion there. Communication, they nod to each other. Riddle now to Hernandez. Far side set. Off the block, stays on Courtney Bowen's side. The touch and the point. And a heads-up play by number 7 for the Seahawks, Maddie Keltner. A heady play, 21-18. Riddle continues. Serving right at Sampson. Bumps it up. Backside set, it's not on. And it's a 2-hit anyhow. So bad communication by the T-Birds. Showing some cracks in the seams. But still leading by 2 in game number 2. Now they go to Carly Sampson, and it's dropping in 22-19. Tumwater gets the ball back, and 3 points to go to win with a 3-point edge over Anacortes, who's sending Kristen Hiles and Brooke Reardon. Jessica Riddle there, backside to Bessler. Front side set this time, straight away, deep. And J.C. Watson, instead of cranking it, found a place to push it. An open space. To her, it was as big as an ocean. 2 points to go to win game 2. 23-19 the service. Riddle underneath it. Riddle from behind the line. And a violation on Tumwater. 23-20 as the Seahawks get it back, and they'll send in Catherine Kramer. Lucy Bessler to sit. Now Lucy Bessler will serve as Hiles comes out. Sampson setting. Into the pin goes J.C. Watson. Her team with 2 points can win this game. With 4 straight, the Seahawks can win game number 2, and they would love to do that. Courtney Bowen deep to Rodriguez. Taylor pops it up. Riddle to Bessler. Lucy goes wide. She tried to go cross court, and she was right down the middle there. Here comes Hiles. Game point for Tumwater. C.J. Brun to serve. The right-hander from the right-hand side pops it to Riddle. Back set over. What a heady play by Kiana Collis. My, oh my. Put an exclamation point next to that point. Well, it's point game for Tumwater, and they can win on a defensive point here. Anacortes, 3 away. And that's wide. Was it touched? Point to Anacortes, 24-23. Tumwater, a slimmest of edges. If they get a point here, they win the game. But if Anacortes wins off the service from Canacalis, they'll tie things up at 24. And knocking it long is Hannah Hansen, and the Seahawks are alive in game number 2. 2 points straight separate the winner of this game. And a timeout called by the T-Birds, their second timeout. Both teams tangled at 24 here in game number 2 of the quarterfinals at the AA Volleyball State Championships. Back to action. Both teams really quick with their timeouts. Wanting to serve this game away, Kiana Callis can go add in or add out. And how about the response by Hannah Hansen? Trouble. Riddle goes over to keep it alive. The rally continues. Back set to Courtney Bowen. She finds an opening despite the dig of Kiana Callis. It's 25-24, and Tumwater with the lead now will serve, and a timeout called by the Seahawks before they can serve. It was going to be Courtney Bowen. It will be when we return. Well, that will change the server to Kayleen Glasgow. Up a point. All the green team needs, the T-Birds, is to score a point here to even up the game score. And Riddle jumps high from the back line. Front side set, trouble, and it's pushed deep. Chance to set up. Callis sets it up. The dig by Hernandez, kept alive, over by Sampson. Back set to Rodriguez. Taylor Rodriguez in the block by Watson goes wide, and we're all tied at 25. Would you believe it, folks? 10 ties in this game at 25. Both teams needing 2 straight points to win. Maddie Keltner. Hernandez deep. Far side. And J.C. Watson keeps it alive off the block by Rodriguez. Nice dig by Riddle. Pushed over deep by Callis. Bowen now. McKenzie variety. And staying out from under the net. Tumwater alive, but they've got to pull it back. It hits the standard and it's out. And it's 26-25. And the Seahawks fans and the team just bubbling up with excitement. But folks, stay calm. You got to get another one. Maddie Keltner now serving with a chance to take game number 2 in hand and maybe hold on to this match. You could even up 1-1 against a second-ranked Tumwater team. You don't want to give them that. Here's your chance to put it away. But for the T-Birds, they're going to battle all the way. Hannah Hansen, deep, trouble. And it's an effort by Riddle, blocked. Big-time block by Hannah Hansen. All tied at 26. And Colville claims their spot in the next semifinal. The winner here will play the Indians, top ranked and 1A champions. Tumwater, second ranked, wants to have a say, but they got to put away an Anacortes Seahawks team that leads them 1-0 and does not want to give up game number 2. But Hannah Hansen takes the ball in hand on the set. What a nice set it was by Mackenzie Bowen, too. And it's 27-26. J.C. Watson, her team with an opportunity to put it away with another successive point. Cross-court smash by Riddle. Here comes Tumwater, deep, kept up by Hiles. Callis toward the line, the push, the block, kept alive by number 7, Maddie Keltner. The block by Hansen. And she wins it. And that will take game 2, 28-26. We're all tied at 1 game apiece. What a match between Tumwater and Anacortes. And we'll be back with the pivotal game number 3 after this. You're watching the WIAA Network and the 2-way volleyball championships. It's the state.
Hi, we're Chris
And Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to Pierce College at AA. State Volleyball Championships, second-ranked Tumwater surviving a tight game so far. We're all knotted, one game apiece. 2 points in a 25-23 Anacortes win. 2-point difference on a 28-26 extended Game 2 win for Thunderbirds. And Tumwater now trying to see what they can do here in game number 3, as the same for Anacortes. And I could highlight some key players, but really there have been some really good play by a number of different contributors. For Anacortes, Taylor Rodriguez and Lucy Bessler helping out big time with Maddie Keltner and Marla Melling, and Kiana Callis, Jessica Riddle really stand out. Callis serving now. And it drops, and it's a 2-1 edge to the visiting team on the tournament lineup. How about Carly Sampson, Kylie Bishop, Courtney Bowen, Hannah Hansen, and J.C. Watson powering the middle. And Hannah Hernandez doing their thing for Tumwater. And coming right back at it, it's Hannah Hansen with her 9th kill of the evening. As the PA system is a little bit out of control here at Pierce College. Not sure what part of it is operator, what part of it is the system. But the referees wanting everything to be not playing and blaring during the play. At a 2-2 game 3 goes 3-2 to the Seahawks. Maddie Keltner serving. Hansen goes over. Callis now to Jessica Riddle. Jess can't power it away. Coming the other way. Riddle gets underneath a powerful hit by Carly Simpson. Hansen picks it up at the net. Comes right back down and gets up to see that opening, and there's nothing that Callis can do, let alone Hiles or Keltner. When Hannah Hansen at 6'2" gets up and sees that kind of angle, gets the ball that close to the net, we're tied at 3s, folks. Don't forget how close it was with all those ties. And even when one team got an edge, the other would catch them and then themselves go ahead. Until finally we played all tied, 24, 25, 26, and finally 28-26 going the way of Tumwater. 4-3, the T-Birds in control. Well, not in control, edging Anacortes here in game number 2. And now a 5-3 edge. Hannah Hernandez serving. Up by 2 in game 3, all tied, 1 game apiece. Callis leaving an opening, and Mackenzie Bowen slams it. 6-3 to the T-Birds. Long, and it's 6-5 as Anacortes takes control. Out comes Catherine Kramer, who's played great, the sophomore. Middle blocker sitting down. Riddle with Rodriguez and Bessler at the front. Disappointing service though. And it's 7-4, a 3-point edge, and Tumwater looking all business at the service lines. Mackenzie Bowen deep. Keltner gets there, back set, and a double hit called on that move by Kiana Callis. So it's 8-4, and kind of a large double up here, 8-4. Tumwater over the Seahawks. Callis ranging Jessica Riddle. Coming right back at it, Sampson, and what a great block. Taylor Rodriguez gets up there along with Lucy Bessler. And Taylor will be doing the honors, the senior looking to serve. Rodriguez setting up Callis. Callis far side, and it touches the pin, so it's automatically out as Jessica Biddle back to defend, down 9-5. Carly Sampson to serve. Hiles is there, but no one can get it but the crowd. Here at Pierce College, I'm Tom Smith. Glad you dialed us up here in the WIAA network. Riddle gets underneath the serve by Simpson. And then through the block. How many touches? Back over. Rodriguez. Bessler. The runner by Sarah Warner. Riddle. And a casual forearm gets her a point. Down 10-6, 4-point difference, and Riddle will serve. The senior 5'10" outside hitter. Tries the same style on the service. But look at number 4, Kylie Bishop, the junior middle hitter. Get up and get some action, get some joy, if you will. Bishop will serve, 11-6, 5-point difference. Tumwater, a sense of being out from under the rock, now want to build and win game 2. Well, who doesn't? Both these teams do. But a sense of confidence. And how about confidence from Lucy Bessler? The sophomore middle blocker goes up high and dekes it down the line. 11-7, 4-point edge for the team in green, receiving the service by Lucy Bessler. And that service just dies at the plate. Like a changeup. Nice get by Rodriguez, kept alive. Here comes Tumwater down the line. Bessler is there. Far side, Jessica Riddle. 2 of them coming up there. A little bit of confusion. Maddie Keltner was wide. Jessica Riddle inside in that far side. And it's a 3-point edge now for Tumwater. Cutting into that is Anacortes. T-Birds and Seahawks. 2nd-ranked T-Birds, 6th-ranked Seahawks. And it's 11-9, down to a 2-point edge for the Thunderbirds. Bessler serving deep to Hannah Hernandez. And they're within 1, 11-10. Bessler continues, trying to tie things up at 11. And she does with that wicked service that drops off the shelf. Comes in at 90 at chest level and then drops down at 80 or lower. Brings the T-Birds to their knees. And this time, Bessler serves to the net and hops to the bench. But she did her job. She's got her team to within 1. And now Kayleen Glasgow, the junior outside hitter and defensive specialist, comes in for Coach Tana Croft. And the Tumwater side, see if they can build on this 1-point lead, get back in front by a big margin. And a long set, Maddie Keltner putting away Callis's setup, and Kiana Callis, maybe the straw that stirs the drink here, feeding all these different hitters for the Seahawks, tied at 12. Callis underneath. Rodriguez back to Kiana, and she goes cross court, but nobody touches it. So it 13-12, back over to Tumwater. And the T-Birds now want to get something going here, build that large lead like they did in game 2. Jessica Rodriguez Hansen now with the block, wants it back. Instead, Carly Sampson does the honors. (14-12). The Seahawks have great support here. They will not flag. They'll just continue to support the Anacortes team. Riddle from the back line, nicks Hannah Hansen, and the back line for Tumwater can't gather it. Maddie Keltner now down by 1, serves for the Seahawks. a lollipop. Hansen, and Hannah Hansen with another kill shot. She has good vision. Of course, you get that 6'2" frame up with that nice service. And credit Mackenzie Bowen for that. And Hannah Hansen continues. Scramble by the Seahawks. Riddle at the net, can't get it over. Hernandez serving up 16-13 here in the third game, leading. Trying to get that 2-1 game edge. Nice scramble and getting it over by Maddie Keltner. And it goes long on the return, 17-13. Tumwater edging out in front. When do you try to slow him down? Kelsey Swap trusting in her team. Doesn't call timeout. Riddle crossing over. J.C. Watson. The setup. The power shot by Sampson. Trouble. And there's that point to slow down the T-Birds. Now, can Kristen Hiles and the Seahawks build something here, get back even, and maybe even go ahead this time? Hiles deep. Set up by Mackenzie Bowen. Callis bumped over the other way. Riddle on the runner. Pushed over by Glasgow. Callis to Riddle. Goes deep. Nice pickup by J.C. Watson. Had a carry on Tumwater. 17-15 to within 2. The 6th-ranked Seahawks not giving up to the 2nd-ranked Thunderbirds. Callis to Riddle. Off the block. Again, good job by Mackenzie Bowen. And big number 4, the 5'8" junior, Kylie Bishop. Bowen goes back to serve. In comes Sarah Warner. 3-point edge for the T-Birds here in game number 3. Underneath it is Maddie Keltner. Riddle goes high and she drops one in. Another kill for Riddle. And she's to a dozen unofficially, probably more. Senior Taylor Rodriguez will look to serve a series. Only down by 2 here in game 3. This one could go down to the wire as well. Oh, what a crink by Glasgow. Kept alive by the Seahawks, Anacortes. And it's Tumwater scrambling on their side of the net. Those blocks come down and you don't know which side it's going to be. Taylor Rodriguez, 18-17. Back set. And Carly Sampson targets the corner, picks up the line as a little assistant on the referee side of things. On the rebound, 19-17, 2-point edge by Tumwater. Callis the back set to Riddle. Jessica down the line. Nothing Carly Sampson can do. And it's 19-18. This one's moving quickly towards conclusion. But who will it be? Leading even by a slim margin, Tumwater most of the way. A handful and a couple of ties. Jessica Riddle would love to tie it here, 19-18. Swerving service. Back to Sampson. No, that was actually J.C. Watson. And it's first one to 20 is the T-Birds. 2-point edge, and the Seahawks have all kinds of cheers in unison. Kind of like the Sounders supporters. Riddle back and muffed by Maddie Keltner. All you have to do is go over. She tried to do too much with it. Up off the bench comes Carly Richardson, the freshman. Carly will replace Maddie Keltner, the senior, as Coach Kelsey Swap talks it over. Smiles all around as the instruction is delivered. Coming right back, Carly Richardson. Well, that's about rewarding your coach by being ready. just like Catherine Kramer when she came off the bench here in this second match. Bessler serving Lucy, swerving her own service, trouble. Off the block, Hannah Hansen gets the point. How many times has she done that tonight? It's awesome. Good playing. Kiana Callis and Hiles try to rally the Seahawks. The T-Birds now with a 3-point edge, only 3 points away as they were in game 2. Remember, though, that was a long way as they had to go to 28 to win game number 2. They would prefer to win by being the first to 25 by 2 or more. Riddle can't solve it. Hansen ping-pongs off the block of Kramer. And the reflex reaction by Riddle. 23-19. 2 points to claim game number 3 and a 2-1 edge. Callis, far side. Richardson, and a nice block by the T-Bird front line. Hansen and Mackenzie Bowen down the line. The winner by J.C. Watson. I'll tell you, the power of Hannah Hansen is really in evidence with her blocking. And Anacortes calls timeout when it's game 3 point for the Thunderbirds. They've got 6 themselves to go when they've got 19. And the whistle blows after the timeout. T-Birds with the ball. They need to get a point here to claim the second game on the win column for them against 1 on the win column for Anacortes. And the Seahawks have different ideas. If they get that point, they've got 20 now, but they have to go 5 straight to win the game. Or actually 5 straight. 4 straight to force it into extra points. Extra rallies. Hansen the push. Little the nice diving dig. Hansen cuts across, and there's the game winner, 25-20. Game number 3 goes to Tumwater, who now lead 2 games to 1. When we come back, it'll be game number 4. You're watching the WIAA Network, and this is the 2A State Volleyball Championships. Up 2-1. It's second-ranked Tumwater over 6th-ranked Anacortes.
Hi, we're Chris
And Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to Pierce College here in the final quarterfinal that's not complete. Who will take on Colville, who down swim 3-0? Well, the edge now goes to second-ranked Tumwater, who enter game 4 with a 2-1 game lead and take the first point off the service of the Seahawks. I'm Tom Smeeth, and it's been a pleasure bringing this game to you along with Nathaniel Jackson and our camera operator, Sue Schroeder, Play On Sports team, bringing you this live action. Hannah Hansen claims the second point in game 4. Well, it was Anacortes with a 25-23 surprise. Not that Tumwater didn't try to stench the flow of. That was the first game going to Anacortes, but it took 28-26 for Tumwater to establish the second game and tie things up 1-1. And we have a double hit on the retrieval by Mackenzie Bowen. But in game 3, as edgy as it was, as close as it was, with Anacortes keeping close and catching up, it was finally a 25-20 win. And now second-ranked Tumwater wants to just breeze through if they can. Well, Anacortes wants to fight back, show that grit, and it has been a gritty and a carry by Hansen. And Hannah knows it, that sheepish grin after the whistle. Maddie Keltner now, all tied at 2. And a 3-2 edge to Anacortes Seahawks. They were undefeated in the Northwest Conference, so they lost to 4A Richland to be their only blemish. A regular season loss to Burlington Edison needs to be counted as well. This one was a crossover match. J.C. Watson serving. Callis has been so brilliant, as has Jessica Riddle. She cranks one past Kayleen Glasgow. 4-3 edge to the Seahawks. Hiles serves. Sampson gets up. Hansen serves. Over goes Bowen. The push. Riddle. Hansen's there. Callis. Power shot. Difficult off Hernandez. And a 5-3 Seahawks lead here in game number 4. Well, you can go to 5 games, but they've got to have a winner after 5. Could this one be tied up at 2? A 2-1 edge to Tumwater. Anacortes has dreams of doing that. And right now, a 2-point edge. Long effort by Hannah Hansen. Hansen says, I got to throw my wrist down. She's at that net. We've seen her really get a good view of things. Hiles serves. Bowen. Carly Sampson. Riddle. And it's in. 7-3. And an early timeout called by the T-Birds. Down by 4 in game number 4. Quick timeout. They break the huddle. Hiles to continue. We talked about the T-shirt by Tumwater that says a single footprint cannot make a path, but all together we'll see and find a way. Well, it also says conference champs, district champs, and they'd love to add state champs, keeping that dream alive. As West Valley down Burlington Edison, number 1 Colville still alive. And what a response by the T-Birds. Up 8-3. Anacortes trying to keep their dream alive. And what a play by Mackenzie Bowen. She's turned into quite a weapon. The right side outside hitter, operating more as a setter. Courtney, number 5, and Mackenzie, number 12. Riddle finds an opening, and Kayleen Glasgow can't get there. 9-4 the edge. Bowen, far side. Carly Sampson trying to take advantage. Nice support by Rodriguez. Jessica Riddle. Hernandez, Sampson, kept alive by Bessler. Off the block. Mackenzie Bowen doing so much. Couldn't direct that to drop down on the Anacortes side. It's commanding 10-4 lead, probably one of the largest leads since the early going by an Anacortes side. Tumwater with the answer. Anacortes trailed in game 1 before tying things up at 19. Game 2, they were trailing, forcing it 28-26. And then, of course, 25-20, it was Tumwater most of the way in game 3. 10-5, Anacortes leading. And the deke play by Sarah Warner. Bowen serves. 10-6 becomes 10-7. Mackenzie Bowen continues. Hiles and company takes up the defensive configuration. Callis back to Riddle, and really confusing. The block was up, but testing their ability to hang in the air. She kind of deked it through the block. Watson underneath. Back set. Sampson drops it in. (11-8) now, the Anacortes lead. Carly Sampson, the senior outside hitter, to serve. Slices one. Callis ranges wide to get it. And going over and again, a casual fashion. Good block by Bessler. And it's returned by Tumwater. Cranking deep, Hernandez picks up the shot by Bessler. And over easy. Rodriguez now. And it drops for Tumwater. Carly Sampson will continue serving down 11-9, or team leading 2-1 in the games. Riddle. Bessler. And she went through the block as J.C. Watson got up along with C.J. Brunn. And now Lucy gets to serve. How often does that happen where you get the winner, get the kill shot, and now you get to continue? So are you excited? Are you calm? Or you can continue, and Lucy Bessler does. She contributed big time in support of Melling and Riddle. Haven't seen a lot of Melling in this game for Anacortes. We have seen a lot of Kathleen Kramer, and a 5-point edge as number 5, Lucy Bessler, gets a point after getting the serve. Serves again, Sampson moving. Some thought that was a carry or a 2-hit shot. Riddle, Sampson underneath it. Mackenzie Bowen, into the net goes Sampson. 15-9. A real risk of losing momentum for Tumwater if they can't tighten things up and batten down the hatchets here. Bessler. Callis is there, and it's a net violation on Tumwater. 16-9. And a timeout call by the T-Birds, trailing by 7 in game number 4. First timeout taken by second-ranked Tumwater. Find themselves up 2-1 in games, but down 9-16. And the timeout works as Hannah Hansen comes in. CJ Brun to serve, down by 6 now. So the timeout worked in terms of getting the ball back in the hands. And a chance for Tumwater to answer. Getting up high, Catherine Kramer. And it's 17-10. So Brun will sit. Hernandez comes in. Callis serving. Hansen deep to Callis. Rodriguez back to her. Nice job getting there, and into the net goes Hansen. The middle hitter ranging along the net. 18-10. Kiana Callis. Carly Sampson. Bumped over by Maddie Keltner. Hansen into the net again. It's this weariness. It's this concentration. A 9-point lead, so a Seahawks team that's storming back here to claim game number 4 and even things up. And it's Carly Sampson into the net. 20-10. Oh my goodness. Alarm bells have got to be ringing for Tumwater. Sarah Warner tries her game. Callis uses the tape, drops it in. There's nothing that Warner could do on that one. Tumwater back on defense. Hernandez, instructions to her. Strong defense on the left. Callis to Warner. Deflected off Hernandez. Sarah Warner, the sophomore. There's 2 active on the T-Birds roster here in the tournament. Hansen deep. Hiles gets to it. Back set by Riddle. Keltner tries a move. They go in the middle. The back set by Kiana Callis. Good get by Tumwater. Hansen goes up and gets the point finally. The smile. 22-11 though. A long way to go for Tumwater. A big lead to cut into. J.C. Watson, the senior outside hitter to serve. Actually, no. It will be Courtney Bowen, number 5. Actually, number 9, Sarah Warner. And wait a minute, says the down referee. R2, Jerry Ashland. Ashland conferring with the scorer's table. Anacortes playing loose. They're on the road. They're the visitor team in the scoreboard. They've got the 22-11 lead. They're down 2-1, but they're playing loose. And they got the support of the Seahawks faithful who start up another rhythmic chant. Riddle on the reception of the Warner service. Deep and long to within 10. Courtney Bowen, the senior setter. Mackenzie's older sister. No, again, it's Sarah Warner. Riddle, deep to Sampson. Oh, nice set by Mackenzie Bowen. Over by Sampson. The deke, back to Tumwater, long, no, it drops. Hiles out of position anyhow, probably couldn't have made much of a play on it. So she lets it go, and it's 22-13. Sarah Warner putting together a string of serves and rallies. Tumwater climbing back in, down by 9. And trouble for Riddle and for Taylor Rodriguez. And Kelsey Swap feeling the need for a timeout to hold on to the long lead. Up by 8, 22-14. Coach Schwab says, just don't make a drama of this. Get her done. You're only 3 points away from taking the game and tying things up. Riddle playing off the deflection. It's all live. It's all active. Back set to Hansen. And point to the T-Birds. 7-point edge to the Seahawks. Still 3 points away. Subbing out, Maddie Keltner. Subbing in, number 6, Carly Richardson, the freshman. Another Courtney, but it's Mackenzie Courtney. The other freshman on the roster for the Seahawks yet to play. Riddle with the winner. Call that a kill shot when she dekes it through the block like that? Let's call it a point, 23-15. Coming right back, winning it, J.C. Watson. They have a 2-1 game lead. If somehow they can come back and win this game, they can take the match right here and now. But they're 9 points away from that. And putting Anacortes in the doorstep of tying up the games. The service into the net. Kristen Hiles, 24-16 point game. Hiles underneath the crank. Hustling is Callas. Good job by Watson. Inside, Hansen crosses up, and there's nothing that Callas can do. So given an opportunity, it's the Seahawks. You can't put it away. Giving the T-Birds more of an opportunity. Hernandez to serve. Granted, the T-Birds are taking it a lot. Callas, inside set. Riddle there, kept alive. And too many hits before it goes over the net. 6-point lead for Anacortes. Hernandez. Sends to Tumwater if anybody can put this away, but how about Jessica Riddle taking it into her own hands. 25-18, they tie the match up. 2 games apiece on a 25-18 fourth game. Back with our first 5th set on this quarterfinal match and of this day here at the 2A State Volleyball Championships. You're watching the WIAA Network.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said,
Go to Les Schwab.
When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back at Pierce College, the 2A state volleyball championships. Final quarterfinal to be resolved. Who will take on number 1 ranked Colville? Number 2, Tumwater thought they were in great position, but they let it slip through their fingers as Anacortes stormed back to take the 4th game and tie things up 25-17. 2 games apiece, so we play a 5th and final set. First to 15 by 2. And Hansen goes long and then goes wide. Ouch. (2-0). Anacortes serving. Tumwater inside. Hansen. Joy down the middle. T-Bird service from Sarah Warner. Back set and a double hit called against the always reliable Kiana Callis, one of the MVPs on the Seahawks team. And the Colville Indians are done with their action. They've booked themselves into the semifinal, but they're hanging out, staying up late, keeping an eye on their opponent, which will come from this matchup. And what they're seeing is whichever team wins will have to go an extra 2 sets, as Colville down their opponent, Squim, 3-0, after cruising against Mark Morris 3-1. I say cruising, but the Monarchs actually put up a bit of a fight. And we're tied at 3s. What else in this evenly matched seesaw affair? Within a game or game to game, you see the brilliance of both teams. Jessica Riddle off the block. Gets the edge. 4-3. Down the middle. Tumwater alive. J.C. Watson. Anacortes with Riddle going to the corner. She just makes the casual putover into an attacking play. Over the wall. Riddle comes back. Great diving play by Sampson, but the opportunity for Riddle, she can't put it away. Hansen against the tape. And it's 5-3 to the Seahawks. Just 10 points away from taking the match in this 5th set. My, oh my. Is that Richardson serving or is that Lucy Bessler? Riddle over the top of the blocks. Easy for Mackenzie Bowen. And how about Carly Sampson coming up with some big plays, as Mackenzie Bowen appreciates that one. Gets their team to within 1 of the Seahawks, all tied 2 games apiece. It's the first of 15. And we're winning by 2. We could be here all night if this evenly matched game continues to form. Hernandez handles the Rodriguez kill attempt off the blocks. Riddle picks it up. And the big block by Bowen and Hansen. And this time eluding the block but cranking it hard. Jessica Riddle forces Tumwater to go over and Hernandez goes wide. It's a good line play. Out comes Kramer. In comes Bessler. Also in Carly Richardson. And off the block, Carly Sampson returns the favor, getting the ball back and her team to within 1, 6-5. Hernandez to serve. Hansen resting. Down the middle. And Jessica Riddle wanting to put her away. Can't get through that green T-Birds wall. All tied at 6, second tie in this 5th set. Hernandez. And the block successful by Carly Sampson. and her teammate Kylie Bishop. 7-6. T-Birds, their first lead in this game, other than the first points, of course. And a net violation, all tied at 7. Third tie of the 5th set. Taylor Rodriguez. Confusion, but Tumwater not able to scramble. Mackenzie Bowen coming all the way over. J.C. Watson deep, 8-7, the 1-point edge. Taylor Rodriguez serving. This time goes for Hannah Hernandez in the corner. She gets it to Mackenzie Bowen, and Carly Sampson celebrates the kill. All tied at 8. In comes Sarah Warner. Serving Mackenzie Bowen. Down to Richardson. And it's Jessica Riddle. Boy, she plays that net like a fiddle. Even when she doesn't get the point, she is pressing the other team so much. 9-8, a 1-point edge to Anacortes. Back set and long. Carly Sampson had the whole third of the court the other way. She looked left, hit it to the right, and it's a 2-point edge as it goes wide. And the T-Birds call timeout, trailing 10-8, only 5 points. If the Seahawks can score the next 5, they win the match.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back to action here in game number 5. Jessica Riddle to serve, leading 10-8 over second-ranked Tumwater. The upstart Seahawks, ranked number 6, have battled all day long, but so expect the same from the Tumwater Thunderbirds, and nice job getting the point and getting the ball back. Carly Sampson's been a silent point winner for the Anacortes squad. And a nice play by number 6, Carly Richardson, this freshman coming off the bench for Coach Kelsey Swap, making some noise. 11-9, Lucy Bessler. Anacortes sensing the end is in sight. Off the tape on the serve, it's a live ball. Carly Sampson crosses things up, and no, that's J.C. Watson with the kill going cross court. 1-point lead for Anacortes, but the ball in the hands of Tumwater, who will serve. Kylie Bishop, the junior middle hitter. Get things going here. Who will win this 22nd point? Riddle from the back line finds an opening, tries to drop it in. Kramer sees something but can't convert. Hansen. Riddle is there to pick it up. Back set over. And it's again Watson. Heady in there. Good job by Riddle, keep it alive. Hiles bumps it forward. It's trouble at the net, and it comes down. Point to Anacortes as it comes down on the T-Bird side. Hannah Hernandez sent in by Tana Croft. The undefeated Tumwater Thunderbirds have yielded 2 sets to Anacortes, and Anacortes into the net. Disappointing by Kiana Callis. She's been so solid for the Seahawks. And a 2-point lead now down to 1. Sarah Warner to serve. Hiles to Callis. Riddle! Sampson up high. And a 13-11 scoreline on the infraction by the T-Birds. Back in number 8, Kayleen Glasgow, replacing Sarah Warner. Serving is Lucy Bessler. No, that's Richardson, Carly Richardson. And Carly Sampson from the left-hand side. J.C. Watson will serve. Well, they don't let Anacortes get too far down the line. 13-12 here in the set number 5. Taylor Rodriguez. Hernandez is there. Over is Bowen. Callis to Riddle. Down the line. Off the... Wait a minute. Was there a touch? Nope, no touch. Just wide. Ooh, all tied at 13. Our 5th tie. And the T-Birds in position now. Watson with a service. Hiles. Riddle. Ooh. Watson. That one may have gone out, but J.C. Watson with a reflex move wasn't in position to make the confident call. And it's 14-13 Anacortes, and we have another timeout called. Oh, this one's down to the wire, folks. You're watching the WIAA Network, and we're at 2 games apiece in game 5, 14-13. First one with a 2-point advantage, and in position for that is Anacortes. Making sure on the sequencing, Kelsey Schwab has Kristen Hiles serving. This could be match point at 14-13. Up goes Carly Sampson with all she's got. Hanson off the block, and it drops in to tie things up at 14. Oh! The 6th tie of the game, and nobody wants to win. Nobody wants to lose. Hernandez to Anacortes. Trouble at the net. And it's a point for the server. And the first advantage in the final game of the match. And the timeout called by Anacortes as the T-Birds up 15-14. Each team has one more timeout left. But for Anacortes, they have got to win this point. This is a must-win point. It's match point for the T-Birds who are serving. Riddle goes up high. Carly Simpson is there, as is J.C. Watson. Riddle again. Watson pops it up. The push to Carly Sampson. Nicely played off the block. Carly Sampson, block falling on the Seahawks side. The push by Jessica Riddle, and they're alive, tied at 15, our 7th tie. Taylor Rodriguez serving for the Seahawks, 15 all. Kayleen Gogo, and it's a 16-15 Seahawks advantage. They're in position to win the match with this one. Can Taylor Rodriguez start off the final rally when the Seahawks point will win the match? 2-2 game score. 16-15. And what a play by Carly Sampson, keeping the T-Birds' hopes alive. And folks, to be fair, whoever loses won't deserve it. Undefeated Tumwater facing down a one-loss Anacortes Seahawks team. Their only loss in league play, regular season, to Burlington Edison, themselves a fourth-ranked squad, off the block. Watson keeps it alive. Ooh, faking the windmill. The push by Carly Sampson. Riddle goes over. All tied at 16. Whoever wins the next point has an edge. Deep. And it's Tumwater with a 17-16 edge. And the Seahawks. And the timeout by the Seahawks coach, Kelsey Schwab, her second and final timeout of the match. It comes down to this. Match point, service to Mackenzie Bowen. Hiles, Callis, Riddle on the other side goes wide. Tumwater survives. 18-16. The swarm at the court. Anacortes in disarray. Dismay and disappointment for the Seahawks. What a brave, brave match for them. But the win goes to the undefeated Tumwater Thunderbirds, who advanced to the semifinals against top-ranked Colville. And it's 1 versus 2 tomorrow. 19-0 Thunderbirds take on the Indians from Colville, themselves undefeated. Anacortes falls disappointingly to 17-2. Hands on their hips. They'll celebrate a great match. Outstanding play by Jessica Riddle, Lucy Bessler, and Taylor Rodriguez. For the Thunderbirds, Carly Sampson kept hanging in there with Hannah Hansen and J.C. Watson. And how about Mackenzie Bowen, our player of the game? Great sportsmanship, great effort, and what a result. No one really deserved to lose, but it's the Thunderbirds at 19-0 playing in the semifinal against an undefeated Colville Indians side. That will be a match to watch right here in the WIAA network. Pretty much wraps up the evening for us. It's been a long day of exciting matches here on Court 1. Alongside Nathaniel Jackson, our producer, and Sue Schroeder, our camera person. We thank Play On Sports for producing, and the WIAA and all their sponsors for underwriting. I'm Tom Smee. So long, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow at the two-way state volleyball championships right here at Pierce College.